Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the south side as the red allies, we have Prince. Spawn on the bottom left side as the yellow empire, we have Yannick. Spawn as the... wait. There's a player missing. Oh, there he goes. Spawn as the green Soviets with Gelin. And likely as his teammate up here, we have the empire player, TennohikaBanzai? I have no idea. And as well as the magenta allies, we have Datboi1993, and as the blue allies, we have XonURhed, I think. Green, I think green's a little bit indecisive at the moment, and blue actually spanned up here, so, and magenta's here, so yellow and green is the team. Okay, blue and cyan on the right, red and magenta, a little bit different, similar pattern, just a bit diagonal. New now, the civilian structure now garrison. A bit damage down the peacekeeper. More of these peacekeepers advancing on forward. And magenta does throw a bunch of walls there and bending down to C. So both of the players in the center didn't want to be in the center. Weird. So both players in the center were trying to forfeit the center of the map. Green was convinced to stay. And you'll find nothing but some wall segments. Conscripts can use some molotovs to slowly clean that out. Blue's barracks does go down. You got a massive number of peacekeepers pulled out by red. Blue's abandoning his own base now. He's only built one refinery somehow. And now magenta's advancing forward for turret push, and we do have him eyeing for the central expansion, central naval expansion. Blue ain't doing all too good. He may be, I'm just going to put on, maybe a little bit of a noob. This is the prospector there. And he's just sort of sitting there menacingly. There's a boot camp up there, right where the expansion should go. Is he griefing? Either way, magenta's or green's still taking us very, very long time to clean up these wall segments there. Does see a bit of bomb run there. Not great bomb splits in the end. Bomb splits are not easy. And molotovs are not exactly great versus these wall segments. We'll find his flak trooper there. He will stop these wall segments from being destroyed, getting out some flak towers now. Red's now eyeing for some aggression over the left. Yellow does have a decent defense force of Imperial warriors. Instant Dojo does go down. The Imperial warriors probably should eye for these garrisons. It's a good trade for having the allied player to clear them out like this. Some of these peacekeepers are actually quite wounded. Could use the bonsai charge to help clear it out as well. Does lose that Imperial warrior. And now got some flak troopers who are not really taking on those wall segments. Magenta's now eyeing for a sentry gun. Those are still pretty far from being built. Blue's does have now a refinery here. Do got another prospect deployed on field. He could deploy out to perhaps get this expansion node here. I'm not sure where Blue's MCV is at the moment. There it is. We'll be cleaning out this garrison now. And so a bit of a garrison here as well. Main hub's now being built. Crush hammer tank now deployed out in the field. Potentially gun set up in a position. One of these wall segments may need to be sold off to get better angle of fire against those infantry units. Bit of flak troopers here getting some damage onto these vindicators. And that garrison has been cleared on out, and clearing out javelin troops there with your Imperial Warriors is a very good trade, and guns down that one as well as a Banzai charge wore off. Another trade there, and it's good for the Empire player to trade it like that. Got more of these wall segments gone on up. Try and go for some more sentry guns. Down troops now trying to hit this orc up there. Doesn't up armor in time. Over here, another garrison cleared on out. Does get a bit transformed there well, taking those out. Sentry gun has been built. Looks like Bear does get a nice little roar there, picking off all of these other forces. It does pursue these forces out to sea. We do now have these Mechatangus does clean up that Riptide. Over here, these Riptides now advancing around, getting a bit of damage. The warriors have gotten out the garrisons. The garrison, that one has been destroyed. This one is just simply de-garrisoned. Bit of bomb around there onto the ore refinery. We'll probably take another sortie. And now I do have some satellites being dropped in. The level 1 satellites running on it drops the 3 Sputnik satellites. Up north, we do have these dolphins. Statistically ripping apart that ore collector. Now over here, do have a burst drone on top of this ore collector, being an annoyance. Dolphins do claim themselves another prospector. And now the dolphins have finally been killed off. Couple refineries here, got a couple airfields here, one for each player. Science Blue is quite a bit of presence up north. I'm not sure what Blue's been doing. He does have tier 2 at the moment. He could go for some Salt Destroyers, some Hydrofoils wouldn't hurt as well. Vindicators coming from Bomb Run, does take up one of the Flak Tower, does lose one of the Vindicators in return. That Leech Beam will clear out the garrison, but got some Molotovs helping out as well. Does avoid it, very nice. And that conscript does get gunned down there. Does get one of the peacekeepers removed. Yellow could start. Oh, Yellow's his teammate. I have to forget that the pattern's a little bit weird. There's one out Prospect here, trying to eye for this expansion. Over here, do have the Apollos engaging Yellow. Magenta and Red have pretty good grasp of the bottom of the map. Still trying to clear out the garrison. Trying to design for more Mechatangus. Does have tier 2. MCV here deploying out nothing at the moment. And now they have these Jack Tengus flying about. These Apollos may intercept. Let's get a transform there. There's a good number of Apollos there, but a good number. A couple of them do go down. Thought more will go down. So they're going to need a bit of repairs. Ooh, a sudden transport. Maybe load up some tank busters. Of course, there's a lot of peacekeepers in this area. Oh no, that's a Yuriko Omega. Will grab some of these aircraft. Does try to crowd shot in from Yuriko Omega. Yuriko needs to get towards this area. Does get really frozen down, however. If Yuriko was not frozen down, she could advance to the wall sector there, does the second scream in order to kill them all off. Side's not raining out in. We'll get a number of the infantry units, almost all the infantry units, just barring one peacekeeper, the survivor. You now have to bear the burden of watching all of his comrades die due to falling satellites. Dolphin does see a bit of Riptide fire there, and here as well. That Dolphin does go down. This wounded Dolphin's not making his way up north. There is expansion being pulled out there, but the Orca should be able to defend itself. You now have the Assault Destroyer make his way onto land. There's a Natasha there, claims herself a potential free Assault Destroyer. These Bullfrogs get EMP'd. Conscript will claim himself an Assault Destroyer. Without a Terror Drone on the inside, he could potentially use the Black Hole Armor to absorb shots. And the War Factory does go down. Natasha can start sniping some of these Assault Destroyers. Not Assault Destroyers, aircraft carriers. Some of these Bullfrogs now getting hit by the aircraft carriers now. Down south, we do have these jet tankers flying about. Does transform. It wouldn't be able to annihilate all this Imperial warriors. We got a crowd. Oh wait, how's that frozen? There must have been some crowdcopters nearby. How on earth did that thing get frozen? I must have missed something huge, because that should not have been frozen like that. Natasha may need to pilot snipe on these. Does, and does go down. Conscript, oh, does take it out there. The Conscript can grab himself a Riptide. Might as well. Definitely a big upgrade from the Conscript. And Green backs to the game now. Green actually had a Crusher Crane. I think he rage quit. Oh, Green also had an MCV over here as well. So yeah, I think Green just rage quit. Gelin troops just inside the MCV. Yellow has a lot of infrastructure to take count of. Yellow should have some good, decent economy. Yellow actually does have a war factory. Don't know about an MCV at the moment. And this one, yep, is the one that's tier 3. So more Yuriko Omegas as well as rocket ships can be called in there. Shinobi, if he so chooses. Let's get some EMP missiles there. Conscript does get focused down. Yellow's losing a lot of infrastructure. That yellow MCV may maybe deploy it out somewhere. Deploying out, no, maybe for the Crusher Crane. Yellow's not getting overran. Sorry, I gotta check on something. And looks like Yellow backs out the game as well, unable to handle being attacked from multiple angles at once. Yellow Magenta have a nice space down here. Blue and Cyan has expanded quite significantly. I overall don't have big faith in Blue based on prior actions. Cyan, I've not seen all too much by him. He does have tier 3, has some Rocket Angels, King Oni, Wave Force Artillery, and a Yuriko Omega. They do have some Assault Destroyers now pulled on the field with some Hydrofoils to escort. Does shrink down the Hydrofoil there. Just 2 shrunk Hydrofoils that can get some chip damage. Over here. Bull rushes a garrison. That may not be a good idea to do waste your bull rushes on that. Prospectors make sense, but a garrison? No, their main guns, their laser eyes should be able to destroy that garrison in no time. Gain some good damage there. The ore refinery does go down. Got some tsunami tanks here for escort as well. And it looks like these aircraft carriers are getting frozen down. Got some Hydrofoils now pulled on the field.
That's the end of our tour.
Hydrofoils getting some chip damage on in. There goes that aircraft carrier. More hydrofoils being put on the field. Red's starting to back off here. Science has a massive ground force here. Or high-tech ground force, I should say. Magenta does now have a chronosphere. His infantry will get crushed. Magenta's MCVs are going down. There's something out there. Could be a proton collider. Whatever it was does get cancelled. Big shrink there by Red. And now got the Striker VX is now engaging. Science now backing on off. Red does have a war factory. Magenta have a naval yard to replace the MCV. He may want to get that replaced. So there's going to be a massive wave of naval forces here. So let's shrink down large number of hydrofoils, but these cryocopters will start going down. Cryo blast on before view. Get a good number of them frozen. And these are a couple of assault destroyers that really hit the sea. Got some sentry bombers here. Sentry bombers going to get a great carpet bomb here. Magenta's or Blue's ground forces are cleaned on up. Magenta's base is still under siege. Carpet bombs now raining on in. Let's get a number of the Riptides there. I think he oversaturated and hitting one too many targets too much. Try to split his sentry bombers against multiple targets there. Magenta's now redeployed on MCV. And a moment too soon. Science ground force does get forced on back there. Magenta's MCV is starting to get hit a little bit as well. And all of these Riptides are now frozen down. With some decent bomb slits, they can quickly all go down. Or just bombs with one, just throw the rest there, so it's nice, even, all both reload at the same time, roughly. We got a good number of sentry bombers on the field, 3 sentry bombers. Magenta's chronospheres here, which can instant kill this ground force. Oh, Magenta still has a sizable navy here. So Magenta allowed his teammate to defend his navy, or his naval yard, while he put the aggression on by the sea. Science now expanding down the center of the map. Does have an MCV right there as well. More of these sorties are coming on in. Blues are seeing quite a bit of damage. As a airfield and boot camp there. Construction yards all the way down here. Max clearance. Jet tank is being shot out of the air. More bomb runs over here. Here is the now attack mainframe core, in which we know he has an MCV down here, but he's going to lose a lot of infrastructure. Does lose the mecha bay. He needs to get this mecha bay built out as soon as can. He probably won't be able to get the T3 rebuilt. Some wave force against aircraft carriers probably not going to be very useful versus aircraft carriers wave force artillery. Massive bomber run there with the sentry bombers. It's generally a good idea, in my opinion, to make sure your sentry bombers are an aggressive stance. So, because it's not uncommon where they somehow start loading around with a couple of bombs remaining. But an aggressive stance means they will aggressively drop their load against anything else, so you don't have to micro to L as much to send them back home. Warcraft does go down. Got a very heroic navy here. More ore refineries, and now we'll get quickly frozen down. Cryo again not being pulled on out. MCV is going to be quite chilly after that. Yep, it is chilled. Pretty close to being frozen. Mecha Bay is about to get this shattered. And Science basically going to be dead in the water. He can't lose either the Mecha Bay or the MCV, and now they're both frozen. Yep, and that is the last of Science's actual important structures. Takes out those Apollos there, simply not enough Apollos by his teammate, nor being sent in proper timing. Needs to make sure you send one over here to keep that MCV frozen. That's on Apollo. There's the Vindicators. Aircraft carriers getting some bomb runs there. Takes out that one. Good bomb splits, but Zion's dead in the water now. Blue has some infrastructure down here, including some Athena cannons. These trees are not Mirage tanks. However, these are Mirage tanks. And looks like the last two players do back of the game now. This is XonURhed saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.